Tzipi, Miki, great to have you here. How are you doing today?
We're
Doing great
doing great.
here.
Doing great. So, Miki, you're the AI officer at the firm at Herzog, and it's great to have you here to cover a bit of the IT security integration aspects of getting people on speed up to speed with the AI tools we're going to discuss. Tzipi, you're a senior associate at the tech division, leading M&A, venture capital deals, but you're also responsible actually for the professional integration of AI into the firm. Why don't you start and tell us a bit where we are in the AI? We hear so much about AI tools. Do we actually have them? Are lawyers actually using AI in their legal practice today?
Yeah, so we test out quite a bit of the tools that are available right now on the market. And the tool that I would say we've been working with the absolute most for several months now ongoing has been Spellbook. And Spellbook has been nothing short of transformative for us. It's an incredible tool for transactional lawyers. It's got a drafting tool. It reviews documents. Imagine being able to instantly sort of mark up your documents, summarize them, and even break down complex legal provisions into simplified language that's suddenly a lot more accessible for your clients. So for transactional lawyers, it's like having an extra pair of super competent hands or a paralegal who can work 24/7 without stopping and, just
That's
keeps hauling.
fascinating. How many people would you say at the firm or percentage of your workforce or our workforce at Herzog are using AI tools on an ongoing basis, like on a day-to-day performing the work?
So from our tech division, it's pretty much everyone. Everyone but our interns right now are using our spellbook tools on a regular basis, and we can even track the use, which is pretty incredible because we see just how much it's used in the day-to-day work by all of our associates and our partners. Our commercial lawyers are just thrilled to have this for their contract drafting, and it's also been unbelievably useful for our corporate associates as well.
It's fantastic. Miki, quick question on the IT side. So Tzipi had mentioned one tool, Spellbook. I know we're using others, and we've tested quite a few, right? So from the perspective of getting those tools up to speed, integrating them into our systems, and start running with them, getting people actually at the tech division, where Tzipi and I are members of, getting them to actually use that. How long a process of this takes? How complicated it is? Simply from the technology IT perspective, before we speak about getting lawyers into the mix.
That really depends on the tool. Some tools are able to integrate directly to our systems, like Copilot, that is directly in the 365 cloud. And you also have Spellbook that directly integrates as an add-in for Word. But we have other tools like OpenAI, ChatGPT. So that's a different solution that we're trying to teach the lawyer how to access it correctly and securely. So it really depends on the tool that you want to deploy.
And if I wanted to get, say, Tzipi had mentioned Spellbook, which I, by the way, use quite a lot, and now the newer version, the associate version, how long it took us to get that into our system, clear the IT aspects, the security aspects, in terms of
So
time? It's weeks, months.
Okay, so the real issue was the security bit, to find the right encryption, the right data source in order to put the information in a secure environment. But after we got that out of the way, I can say that the deployment of the tool was really fast, and the really
We're
bridge
talking
was to.
weeks, Miki? We're talking months? Or what are we talking here?
So the security issue would probably take a month, but after that, the deployment took us like days. Okay,
That's fantastic.
so
And
the real.
is it true that now that we've integrated a few tools, we ramp up faster on other tools as we go about them, right? Is that
Yeah, exactly,
a fair
exactly.
statement?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Getting a bit more into the technology, we all use ChatGPT, we use Claude, we use Perplexity. Those are more generic tools. And by the way, many of our clients, the more tech savvy they use those tools too, right? I keep saying that a lawyer without AI is a less of a lawyer than a client that is not legally trained but has the AI, even generic tools. How do you compare legal specific tools? And I'm here speaking only about transactional work, not about litigation, doc discovery, etc. How do you compare those to the more generic applications that are out there. And I know that some of these tools are actually based on the generic engines, right?
Yeah, you're definitely correct. That's a great question. So it's a big issue in the law firms how to deploy the right tool to the right person. So what we do is trying to understand what is the lawyer needs. What do I need to do? Do I need to do legal work? Maybe I need to summarize emails. So if I want to summarize emails, I will give him Copilot. If I have a tech savvy, I would probably get in ChatGPT and maybe Spellbook together because I know he can use that tool. But for most of the legal firm, I would prefer more legal models like Spellbook, like Co-Counsel, that you don't need to be a tech savvy. You have the right UI, you have the right playground, you know the correct UI for the right person. Well, it can reach to the sky. But if I give a lawyer that's not a tech savvy ChatGPT, he mostly will get the wrong information and
Clear.
he will probably
Tell me,
lose his license.
and I know, Tzipi, you had mentioned to me, and I think that's what I like about it a lot, the idea of the add-on, right, on the Word. Lawyers like email, they like Outlook, they like the Word, right? Do you find that
Yeah.
to be very relevant?
Yeah, so, while Miki deals with all of the aspects of security and privacy, I start testing out these different tools, these different models that are available on the market. And a big factor that I look for is the user interface, exactly because of what Miki was saying before. Not all lawyers are tech savvy, and teaching them how to use new technologies can sometimes be a bit of a hurdle. So we're looking for simplicity of design very, very often. And that's one of the big bonuses in Spellbook is having this sort of simple add-on in your Word document where your lawyers are anyway finding themselves drafting, finding themselves working in that Word document, and you can just very easily just kind of chat with the tool. You can have the tool review things, summarize things, draft things. So that's a really big part of it as well. And back to your previous question, another big bonus of these legal AI models, as opposed to these more general AI tools that are available, is the databases they're training off of. I mean, tools like Spellbook and Co-Counsel, they're training off of Practical Law, which is one of the most comprehensive legal databases available today. So we're getting far more accurate answers, far more accurate markup. There's templates that they can learn off of. There's endless contracts from endless jurisdictions, and that really kind of ups the game. So we kind of look for a crossover of those two big aspects. At least that's what I'm looking for when I'm testing out these different tools.
Right. Look, they say, kind of in connecting to what you're saying, they're saying English is the greatest equalizer, right? Right. So, in a sense, I find those tools to be the greatest legal equalizer in the sense that wherever you're based, whatever you do, you now have access to any legal knowledge or legal knowledge at the top level, processed products, memos, ideas, case law, laws, templates, generated forms. They're all now available to anyone that has the right legal skills, knowledge, understanding, and of course the language abilities. But once you have those tools with you, you have actually access to any knowledge. So in a sense, the knowledge was equalized. Um, I don't want to get too much into that at this session. We're going to do more sessions, one where you're going to present some of the tools, another we'll talk about the future of AI, future of law firms. But just for a minute, because both clients, the audience, and lawyers and our partners always ask, AI replacing lawyers. What is our thinking? I can tell you my own 2 cents that to me, AI technology that is legal specific is like my Tesla. And I spend a lot of time now in the UK, as you know, and it's autonomous driving enabled, like in the US. It's not yet available here in Israel. Um, you can drive your Tesla without doing much and let it drive of itself, but you still have to be there. You have to supervise, you have to instruct, and you kind of get a second set of eyes looking at the road with you, especially if you're driving in what I think is probably the wrong direction. Do you find that to be the same? Do you find AI to be actually replacing altogether lawyers, or will be replacing soon? What's your perspective on that, Tzipi and Miki?
I mean, I definitely agree with what you just said. I don't see AI as a replacement for lawyers. I see it as an enhancement for lawyers. You know, if we talk about AI hallucinating, for example, we might have a tool that could even reach 99% accuracy, this phenomenal rate of accuracy. But if that 1% has a significant error or issue and the lawyer didn't see it, well, you might have a devastating result. You know, we're working with contracts that the value of them are tens, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, even ultimately. So one wrong, you know, small little nuanced item that an AI could potentially miss, if the lawyer didn't catch that,
But
all hell could break loose.
humans make mistakes too. How do you solve for that? It's how is that different?
Well, you kind of complete each other.
Ah,
So the same way you might say two sets of eyes are better than one, a lawyer with an AI is better than a lawyer without an AI. Like you said, we have access to all the information this way. And not only do we have access to information, we have access to the information like that
right.
in one click. And we can have thousands of pages of information reviewed, summarized, detailed, and brought down to the one little item we were looking for in a matter of seconds, moments, something that could take a lawyer a week to find. So it's an enhancement, not a replacement.
Miki,
I
before
totally,
we go ahead, sorry.
I totally agree with Tzipi point of view, but I want to add mine. I have a lot of talks with our executive partners about AI and about the scared of it replacing every lawyer. So I don't really think any AI can replace lawyer directly by the things that CP said. But I think AI is like more an intern that works 24/7 for you. You can tell him what to do. You can make him do lots of tasks, but you need to check him because like you won't give any document to your client before you checked it if an intern gone through it, you will do the same with an AI. And I want to also say, of course, AI will replace a couple of people. Like you said, people might not be driving in the next 10 years. License could be for only once you want to drive yeah, exactly. So there will be some jobs that will be replaced. If you ask me, in 5 years, I think you won't have any secretary. You will have a virtual secretary that will take your appointments
And
and schedule time.
we should do, Mickey, a session also on those productivity tools where we've integrated that are totally different than Gen AI, but are actually probably saving even more time, right? But
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I kind of think about what you're saying and what CP had said, and to me, of course, AI will replace some people. Of course, it will replace some of the tasks we do. Of course, it will make things faster in a higher scale, more output. But we're also living in a world that is becoming more complex, more regulated, right? With more output, with more transactions. And the only way actually to deliver fast, on time, on track, professional product in an industry that really has to change and that may be moving from billing by the hour to selling a product. We're selling a deal. We're selling the legal services for a deal in a much more easily priced manner, in a much more professional manner, and in the fastest way available. We're doing it manually till today, right? More professional and faster service. We are now empowered by those tools and are able to deliver even a faster service. It will also, by the way, to me, affect the type of associates that we are going to recruit. We will need people that are, I would say, people like you, right, Miki, CP, people that are, we're going to need technology people, tech people involved, not just lawyers. We're going to need people like Miki. And in the next session, if you can tell a bit about how you came to be our AI officer in that sense would be good. And people like CP, right? Associates that are totally tech savvy, that are fast to adopt, that are don't like non-seamless processes, that don't like friction, but actually are always looking to to move in the faster and most professional manner, and they're now the first ones to adopt those tools. So I think we're going to also see a change in who we recruit. To me, it's like moving from bigger, older planes to one pilot planes that are kind of the F-35 of the world, right? That are, less pilots, more output. To be a bit Israeli on this call. In any event, we are going to end up here. I'm very thankful, Tzipi and Miki. And we should do another session next time. Tzipi, perhaps makes sense to show a few of the tools. We spoke about co-counsel, we spoke about Spellbook. There are others we probably want to mention.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, we're always excited to test these new tools, to show these new tools, to show people what they can do. We think the more that lawyers use them, the better. It's just gonna, like I said, it's gonna enhance not just the lawyers, but it's gonna enhance the legal services across the board.
I think that a law firm that won't integrate any innovation tools into their law firm will be left without clients, if you ask me. The right solution to any law firm will be to take an IT guy and take a law firm guy like Tzipi and make them work together. Because I, as an IT solutionist, cannot understand the complexity of the AI legal models. I cannot do that. I can understand the security issues. I can understand the data issues.
It's a tech company, right? Where you have the engineers, the product, the scientists.
Yeah, but you must work together. Most law firms are taking an executive partner that he knows technology, but he really doesn't know it, so he doesn't understand the tools he's purchasing. And some law firms take the IT guy to buy that.
Miki and Tzipi, thank you so much. You take care.
Thanks, Yair.
Goodbye.